Yeah, I got you.
Okay. Okay. Fuck, that's a lot of fucking numbers.
King Pooh.
Jesus Christ. What?
What's your last name? Or what's your first name, King?
Pooh?
I know it's something fucking gay,
No,
but...
don't worry about it. Mm-hmm.
It's a normal name, but
King.
I, I've often laughed when I've heard Brad say it, because it's just, it doesn't suit you.
King.
It's like Eugene or something, isn't it?
No. No.
I'm putting you down as King Pooh.
No. I like that.
King Brown Pooh.
That's good.
Is that you in the profile?
Yeah. Yeah.
Yeah, you're pretty much like I thought you'd look.
What does
A
that
big...
mean?
I don't.
What does that mean? Like what's that mean? Black guy?
But do you want straight answer or do
Yeah.
you want the muffled answer?
For
Like,
the world. So I know what type of person.
I thought you'd be a slick black dude. That was slim. You sound like you're slick and you're slim. I was genuinely only thinking the last couple of days that if you were fat, like I'd actually be raging, because I had this like image in my head of you, and I was like, oh my god, what if this guy is like, one of these 35-year-old gamers that people end up playing with, and then they're like beast fucking cons, and spread across their couch,
Oh shit.
But you fit the picture.
Oh shit.
Big slick motherfucking black dude. You're blacker than I thought you'd be though.
You're a fucking menace. Yeah, that day was
I bet you
hot
I'm whiter than
that
you think I
summer.
am.
I bet you fucking are. You're in Ireland.
I
It's always overcast over there.
I'm white as fuck.
You're white as a trophy.
Near enough.
Yeah, that day, that summer, bro, and bro, that's the fucking crazy thing. It's getting hotter. The other day, bro, it was 105 degrees Fahrenheit. That's like 40
105.
something Celsius at about 5:30 in the evening time.
Dang.
Hot, nigga.
Dang. We had the hottest day in Ireland's history there on Thursday.
On Thursday, yeah, this was a couple days ago. This was like a few
Yeah.
days ago.
Must have been the same. It was probably the same day.
Probably was the same. What is today? Saturday? Sunday? Yeah, so it was a few
Yeah,
days
it was
ago.
Thursday.
Yeah,
Thursday
yeah.
we had the hottest day in Ireland's history. It was like 30 something degrees. I was
Yeah,
baking
probably
under the
damn near
sun
40.
for 11 and a half hours that day. I fainted when I got home that day,
Yeah.
and it was so funny because I found out my friend
Holy shit.
fainted as well on the same day in work, like, and I had to go home, like, obviously because the heat.
You
But like
fainted at your house.
I fainted at my house. Yeah, I stood up, walking to my door, and my vision went out. It was like I definitely fainted, but like I had like feeling because I felt myself like
Go down.
falling
Yeah.
down the door, supporting myself.
Uh-huh.
But yeah, it was wild. I've never fainted unintentionally before in my entire life. So it was
Heard.
like when Ireland. So in Ireland, when you get like 23-degree weather, it it's it, it's like the equivalent of getting 36 degrees in the likes of Spain or a country maybe like yours where you would be prone to getting, or I don't know what your state is. Florida, yes. Yeah, Florida, you be prone to getting good weather.
Yeah.
But you know the way in Florida, like, do you get like a torrential downpour every day or every few days?
Yeah. Hell yeah.
So in Ireland, it's similar environment in the sense that it's so wet in Ireland that everything is full of moisture, but it doesn't get as hot anywhere near as regularly as the likes of Florida. So when Ireland gets hot, like 25 degrees feels like 35 or close to 40 degrees in a country that it's regular in, because there's so much moisture in the soil. When the hot weather comes, it raises and like it ends up being just muggy and horrible, and no houses or buildings have air conditioning because they're not fucking built for having good weather, you know.
Oh, for real? Y'all don't have AC?
None at all. Every house has fires and heating systems because Ireland is so poor in terms of weather.
How the hell do y'all cool down? Fans and shit?
We don't. We're always cold. The problem is heating up.
Got you. Well, I mean, when it is hot, you guys just deal with it.
When it is hot.
That's terrible.
No way.
Well, when you go to Australia, yeah, it's terrible.
Sorry, no, I was after killing. I killed some guy and he killed me at the same time.
When you fucking go to Australia, you're gonna fucking get some AC, I'll tell you that. You're gonna fucking feel
I can't wait to go to Australia, to be honest with you, man. Like, the weather that we've been having the last couple of days was a lot. But even at that, I was so much, like, even when I was roasting in work, it was more comfortable being roasting while I'm working than freezing cold, because I've been working so hard in the cold that my body was sweating, and then I leave the cold and walk into a warm facility like our canteen or something for a half an hour for lunch, and the sweat cools to fucking 1 degree and your body is frozen, and then you have to work hard enough to the point that your sweat heats up.
It's just terrible.
That's like, you know, the average day life for like an Irish citizen that works with their hands, you know.
That's like
just
fucking...
you're cold, you work to heat up, and if you walk into a warm room, you're fucked.
That's like working in a fucking downpour real quick, and then you fucking go inside, and then you gotta go back outside to work again.
It's like you're working in a tropical swimming. It's like you're working in a tropical swimming pool. You know, where the water is warm when it hits you, and you're covered in it, and then you leave.
And then
for lunch.
And then you're freezing.
Exactly. And as soon as you stop moving, all the liquid that's attached to your body starts cooling.
It just freezes.
Which cools your body.
It just starts crystallizing.
I'm not even here to be funny. Like, I don't think this definitely doesn't affect you.
Oh my god.
My shower at home is, do you know, there's the temperature and then there's like the settings, low, eco, and high. The temperature is always at high, and it's always probably 3/4 of the way to full. You know, it's roasting. And when you step underneath that after coming in from a freezing cold day, it's like sex.
It is, I feel you.
Genuinely. The hot air touching your spine, genuinely, it's better than an orgasm. I can't even begin to describe it. I wish
Yo,
I did when I
nigga.
did it would make it better, but I don't.
You don't need
It's as
to.
it's as good as it
Good.
gets. It's so funny
Yo,
because
cause
it's
being
true.
being from
It's true.
Toronto,
It's true.
yeah, you got me. Okay, yeah,
But do you know what's
yeah,
fucked?
that's
You know what's
true.
fucked? On Wednesday evening when the heat first started coming, and I was actually warm in work, and I left work
Oh
warm.
fuck,
I stood underneath that fucking
that's so
shower
funny,
when I
bro.
finished that day,
Head
and
down.
I nearly burnt alive. I nearly burnt alive. I turned it down to eco mode and to like 1/4 of the setting, and it was still too fucking hot. It was
Yeah.
ridiculous, lad.
Damn.
Like, and what I thought it was so like interesting the fact that I could stand underneath this and want to turn it up more, but couldn't. And
Let
like,
your fucking spinal cord get
but
burnt
now
out.
like I'm standing underneath it and I can't even like touch the water because it's so hot. Because I'm actually warm and I'm actually in a comfortable state. You know, your bones.
Mm-hmm.
If your bones are freezing, they'll allow your skin to take seriously hot water to warm yourself up.
Mm-hmm.
But like, that's not fucking good. Like, that's
I was just
terrible
gonna
because
say, what, like, when I was in Canada, bro, they would tell
it's
us not to do that shit.
not to put hot water on
Not
your
to fucking
skin.
put hot water on your skin when you're coming in from the
Nobody
cold.
tells you that in Ireland. Zero. I've never heard that once in my entire life. But like that,
Wow.
I've heard it from YouTube. You know, if you're
Especially from,
freezing,
like, frostbite and shit, you'll just fucking...
yeah, it's not good when you're
Nah,
freezing
bro.
cold to go roasting hot.
Damn near
And even though
amplify
your
it.
body might take it, it's not doing good for you. Anyways, lad, I'm sick of this country. I am so happy to be leaving.
Yeah,
I
get
found
some
out.
sun.
I was chatting to one of the lads there in work, and his mate is doing the same role that I'm going over to Australia to do, and he's on about
Bro.
$4,500 a week after tax.
Holy shit. Bro, that and, like, Bro, PlayStation Plus has gone up. Holy shit.
Everything has gone
Oh
up,
my
man.
god.
PlayStation games cost €100 a pop now, like
Yeah,
without the
Grand Theft
disc.
Auto is gonna be $100 without the disc.
Without the disc.
No item node, and I've been paying for them shits. I've
Yeah.
been paying for them.
Look. In fairness, it does like disc doesn't really make a shit of a difference these days because
Not really.
what was on the disc can be put onto the hard drive now.
Can
But
be put on a fucking phone if you have the right
and
emulator.
and €100 for like all the work that deployed it, I don't really give a fuck.
Nah, as long as I'm getting
Like in terms of what I
DMT.
spend money on, €100 for a game that's gonna be fantastic is the
Yeah,
least of my
make my
concerns.
eyes roll back and make my fucking... What do they call
It
that shit when you get
it's
that pleasure chemical? What is that pleasure chemical?
dopamine.
Dopamine. Is it
Yeah.
giving me my hit?
Yep. Yep. I fucking love it.
I need it.
Love it.
I
I'm
need
still
it.
laughing. I'm still laughing at how fucking close, like how accurate that fucking you are to what my image of you was.
For real? That's what you thought I looked like?
I fucking swear. I thought you were lighter skinned though. You are straight black as fuck, like.
Yeah, baby. I'm straight jungle root.
You're Nigerian
I
black.
am the fucking culture.
Or
No, for
maybe
real.
maybe your WhatsApp picture is a bad example, but like
Nah, bro, it's like I'm telling you,
it's
it's
so
been hot,
that
bro.
picture
It's been
it's that
the one
that
thing you're
picture is a
gonna
perfect
notice when you
that
get to
picture is a
Australia, you're gonna get darker, for sure.
man. I'm
You're
not
gonna
gonna
get
turn as
close to
black
me.
as you.
You're gonna get close. Get close if you want.
I'll send you a picture of me and you can tell me how close I'm gonna get.
This boy's gonna send me a fucking piece of lined paper. Fucking 8 by 11. Go ahead, bro. lighter to it.
Here, let me open the curtain, make my white shine more.
Oh shit. What? This motherfucker makes games, bro. Yeah, you need to play Battlefield, bro.
Ooh, I don't actually have Battlefield.
Yeah, I need to get it.
Downloaded Call of Duty Modern Warfare there.
No. It's not the same, bro. Yeah. You'll get darker, bro. It's daytime there, huh? It's like
It's
10
9 o'clock
there?
in the morning.
9?
Yeah, I'm after getting, like, the whitest part of my arm there isn't as white as I am. I've got a little bit of a tan over the last few days, but my god, I can't wait till I'm in Australia and I'm soaking in pure heat and pure fucking sun. I'm gonna be black. I'm gonna be sexy black, you know? Sexy black. My friend, right, so do you know what sallow skin means? So sallow skin is a term that's used for white people that can get a lot of tan in the sun. So sallow skin means that you tan very easily for a white person. But anyway, a friend of mine, he's got extremely sallow skin, and as soon as he sees the sun, he gets tan. But like a few years ago, he's living in Canada actually now, but a few years ago he was like addicted to the sunbeds and addicted to being tan, and like he was going like 2 or 3 times a week to the sunbeds.
Yeah, that's a lot, bro. Radiation.
This motherfucker. He was probably as black as I thought you were.
Right.
My ex-girlfriend at the time, when I had kind of just started going out with her, well, he was at his peak blackness. Peak blackness, yeah. When she met him, there was nothing sad about it, and it was only maybe 2, 3, 4 months later, you know, in conversation, that she let off that she thought that he was black the entire time that she knew him. Like, she was convinced that he was actually a black guy because he was so fucking dark.
What?
Okay. He's as white. He's as white as me in general, but he's got sallow skin, so he can darken, and he spent so much time in the sunbeds. He was so dark that when she met him, she actually thought he was black.
That's like Tropic Thunder. You know? Tropic Thunder.
Exactly. Imagine 2 shades lighter than him, and that's what my mate was when she met him. It was fucking hilarious. The day that she told, it was just in conversation as well. It was like, I can't believe how dark Max is. I was like, wait, Max isn't black? I was like, what the fuck did you just say? Oh man. It'd be like you sitting in a fucking box for 7 years. Actually, it won't, because you'd still be black.
I'd still be black.
You'd still be black.
See?
Have you got a big cock?
What? What's going on here, bro?
I'm not gay, but...
What?
I don't know. You're so black, I would imagine you've got a big fucking foot long.
Alright, well. Let's do it together, dog.
I'm only messing with you, buddy. I'm only messing with you. I know all black guys don't have big dicks.
It's alright.
I have figured that out. I was actually trying to get you to say that you have a little dick.
How did that work? How did that
Unsuccessful.
work?
Unsuccessful. Unsuccessful, my friend.
You need to be a battlefield, bro.
Is it free?
Negative.
Is this the new Battlefield?
Yeah, Battlefield 6. It's definitely better than Modern Warfare.
I wasn't. I was only playing Call of Duty because I had two of my mates over and we were doing multiplayer. I haven't even been playing PlayStation at all the last week and a half or so, 2 weeks. What game are you playing? Battlefield 6?
Right down!
Yeah, I know. What are you thinking though, buddy? From an honest, you're really in the thick of it in terms of, you know, the shit that America is in right now.
You said what's my take?
Well,
Come on, spit it out, right?
But no, but just, you know, you're seriously in the thick of the, you know, the prime nasty that's going on in the world right now.
Oh, yeah.
And obviously you're not having an effect on it, but you could be an affecting factor of the situation, you know, in relatively soon times. Like I'm watching all these podcasters. Do you ever watch a Diary of a CAO?
No, I don't think so. No.
He's quite an interesting listen. I'll send you on his account. But he's quite an interesting listen. I didn't really like him when I first even seen him on YouTube. Like I'd seen clips and stuff, and I would have went out. So the people that he actually has on his podcast are often quite relevant, and he talks about kind of uncomfortable topics, if you know what I mean, regularly. You know, stuff that the mainstream media aren't talking about, but what the general public online are speaking about. You know, he'll dig into that and he'll dig out the truth and the falses and whatever. He's quite good. What's your opinion on aliens?
We're gonna get shown some type of alien before we actually see genuine aliens, and it's more than likely going to be something we probably seen before, that's been suppressed from us, or created?
Yeah, like something that was shown to us, like something that was leaked before and was claimed as a lie.
Or more like claimed it was fake, like, oh, this isn't something
That's what I mean, like something that was shown previously and was completely said as outright bullshit, like, but now it's going to be like, actually, sorry, that wasn't a lie.
Yeah, that was not actually a lie.
Yeah, I think you're on the money with that one.
Yeah, I think
and to be honest, you're definitely on the money, because lots of videos that have been unredacted from unclassified are videos that have been sent around for years and, like, you know, have been claimed as being bullshit, and then, you know, you're getting them now from the Department of War, previously the Department of Defense, and it's like the same videos. Are you interested in aliens? Like, yeah, just watch this out there. It makes me believe you have a bit of a draw towards it. Like, you're waiting for full disclosure.
Yeah, I'm waiting for motion.
Need a medic!
Yeah, me too, bro.
I'm waiting for someone to pick me up and let me know what I'm supposed to be out here doing, or take me to where I belong. Or, you know, observe.
Have you ever heard of remote viewing?
Who?
It's called remote viewing. It's so good if you have it, most people wouldn't.
What do you mean, like, what do they call that? Ancestral planes or something? Like traversing?
Explain what you mean.
So, like, going to places without actually going to places?
Exactly. You're on the money. That's exactly what remote viewing is. It's people that have an ability to, people that have some form of an ability to transcend their mind to other places in time and space. So not necessarily right now, but could be 1,000 years in the past or the future in any particular place that's designated. It's not like, it's extremely interesting, and it's proving more to be less bullshit of a term, and less of a, you know, oh, this, you know, when people say, oh, this guy can read your mind, or this guy is able to, you know, leave his body with his brain, you know, you think it's pure bullshit. It's like, the more it's coming out to it, the more whistleblowers, I should say, that are coming out, the more that this shit seems more realistic. You have all these remote viewers, like a lot of them now that have come out and have claimed that, you know, when they were in their middle school years, that they were pulled out of class and brought into this department, and then these abilities were encouraged on them. You'll hear about some pink drink that a lot of these people were given at the start of these processes. Basically, at the very beginning, they were all given this pink drink, and nobody knows what the pink drink is or what it does, but a mountain of these so-called remote viewers that have went public have claimed, you know, there's this, when they were very young and they got pulled into this program from like a pre-teen stage, that they were given this pink drink that they had to drink before, like, you know, everything started.
And where did this happen?
All over America. In all these different secret, secret organizations, secret facilities. Like there was secret parts, like you know when they talk about like the parts of the government that were dealing with like UFOs and stuff like that. It'd be like that same sort of area where these people were going around and picking up students all across America. Like however they were finding them, I don't know. And however they were picking these pupils anyways. They had a process into which they could know pupils that were primed to that were ready for this information or ready to receive this information. And then they were brought into this program and given whatever pink drink, and then there was a program started with them. Like there was like what do you call it? Not hallucination, but like when you confuse somebody's mind. Hypnosis. Where these like kids are being put into like hypnosis states, and they're being like these
Like dormant states.
Dormant states, yeah, and where they're finding these kids where the states are active in them, and then pulling them out and priming them those states.
Yeah.
There's this guy now. I say this guy Jesse Michaels. He's like if you're interested in aliens, he's a seriously interesting YouTuber to watch. But like pick and choose what you watch, you'll be blown away. You'll be blown away. Like he's a very fact-oriented guy. Like he will say what he's heard, but he won't refrain from explaining why something doesn't make sense. If you know what I mean, like that. It's this seems like it could be bullshit, but this doesn't actually really make sense. If you know what I mean.
Okay. Yeah.
Have you got like an illegal system on your TV that allows you to watch movies for free?
No. I'm streaming right now though, but no.
On Twitch?
YouTube.
That's very good.
Oh, you good.
But there's this, I'll send it
Are
to
you
you
talking
now.
about like, damn, what they called again? Fucking, they're jailbroken, fire sticks.
Like, exactly. Yes, yeah, the jailbroken fire sticks. In Ireland and across Europe, we call them dodgy boxes. They're illegal here too. We call them dodgy boxes.
Yeah, okay.
Because, you know, it's the same box that you get, but it's dodgy, you know. So, but like America, they're after cracking down on them.
Yeah.
But they can't really do fuck all. My sister has a subscription to one of them, and supposedly when it was all going down, her system got like kind of shut down for like 12 hours or something like that. But then they just boosted it back up again through a different server. So it's not coming to an end anytime soon. But what I was trying to say, I don't know where this documentary is, but it's called S4. Do you have WhatsApp on your laptop or anything?
No.
I'll just send you the name then, and then you can look up whatever streaming sites that you do yourself. Did you hear of Bob Lazar?
Yeah, where did I know that name from?
Joe Rogan.
Okay.
You watch Joe Rogan, yeah?
Yeah, a little bit. Yeah, every now and again, yeah.
Yeah, you probably would have heard of Bob Lazar because he blew up from Joe Rogan because he came out in the about 1989 claiming that the government was re-engineering like basically unknown spacecraft, and that he was involved in the process. Or he got fired basically, and he wasn't sure. He got fired because he had brought his friends to an area.
Oh shit.
To where, like, to an area around Area 51 that they would be able to see spaceships basically lifting off and flying around the area.
Oh shit.
Now since then they have claimed way more of the area, and you can't even get anywhere near where he was that night. But they have videos of it. They have videos of this thing still flying around. Your man has been talking about it since like the 90s. He came out first, like with a blurred face and a blurred voice, just describing what he had seen and, you know, to try and save himself. But he got so scared that he was going to be killed that he came out publicly and showing his face and told everything what he had seen 100% publicly, and he was shown. And 25 years later, plus or minus, multiple things that he was claiming got to do with these spacecrafts and like scientific terms and that he was explaining that through became common terminology got to do with it, and common knowledge. Most importantly was he. Can you hear me?
Oh yeah.
So most importantly, basically, he found this. There was this material that was prominent in the propulsion part of the ship, basically, and the fuel for the ship, from what he was able to decipher, was a solid form of a mineral, an ore called Jesus Christ, hold on. Oh man, my brain's going to shit. 1 second. Oh. Yeah, element 115.
Okay.
So he's been talking about this element 115 and how it was used as a fuel source in a solid state since 1989.
Shit.
And he was, you know, obviously his peers and scientifically, like people that would have been in power with him scientifically were denying it and, you know, calling him a fucking outright liar and yada yada yada. And in the last 6 or 7 years now, element 115, which he claimed was being used as a fuel source, the same element that was undiscovered in terms of human past, element 115 was discovered about 6 or 7 years ago. Almost 25 years after he had claimed that this element 115 was being used as a fuel source. And obviously I did way better description than I am, but 25 years later, after he claimed this element 115 exists, and nobody, it was an unknown element. It wasn't even there was no description for it, there was no name for it until he said it out loud, Element 115, and 20 years later it was discovered in CERN in Switzerland through the, did you ever hear the Large Hadron Collider?
No.
So it's basically, it's like an onion ring basically that's, I think it's like 10 kilometers long or something like that, and they shoot particles around this ring at each other, yeah,
Okay.
and to split the
This
particles.
is the thing that they use to make to turn gold back into, or to turn other things into gold.
Yeah, no, that was bullshit. That was
Other
bullshit.
elements.
But they were trying.
It was only for a few seconds, though.
A few seconds, yeah.
Okay.
They were able. Oh, sorry, actually, I didn't know that, but that would make sense. It was only for a few seconds, and the same way with that Element 115, like 20 odd years after he had claimed that they were using this absolutely unknown element to even the scientific mind. Nobody even knew what this thing was, and he was claiming that they had a solid form of it, and then 20 years later in the CERN Hadron Collider they discovered Element 115 for a split second before it vanished. And I don't know how it works. I don't know, like, obviously they called it 115 because it was based off the elemental scale, you know, that the elements go into. But like, I still find it crazy that it was called Element 115 because of what it was, and it was given the exact terms, but even though nobody knew anything about it, and then it was 20 odd years later that it was discovered in microscopic scenarios, and it proved completely. This guy is on tape in 1989 talking about Element 115, a complete undiscovered element at the time, and 20 odd years later they discover it. And then they're still trying to discredit him, saying, oh sure, he's just talking shit. You know, he's a lunatic, he doesn't know what he's talking about. This lunatic just fucking discovered an element 20 years before he did. If that's what you're saying, you know? He didn't discover it, it's been long discovered, but unstudied. But yeah, I think you're right, what you were saying earlier. I think it's all going to come out soon.
Yeah, eventually, it has to. This is the new world order that guys, they don't have no choice but to happen to.
This Bob Lazar guy, right, so he was briefed basically before going into what's called S4, which was like a separate department to Area 51. And so he was basically given a ginormous stack of documents, and throughout the documents was years and years of research through these ships and elements and studies. So basically he was able to brief himself on everything that was learned over the last 80 years, just then.
Learn from who? What do you mean?
So when Bob Lazar basically joined S4, which is in Area 51, which is in this, what was unconfirmed and now basically a confirmed site. They have images and everything of stuff that he described. The hangars basically that he described the ships being in the last 2 years now, Google Images distorted the images and changed the color around the whole area of this Area 51 and S4, and because they changed the contrast, they were basically able to go in and edit the colors and visualize all these track marks going out to this S4 site where Bob Lazar had talked about for the last, you know, since 1989. And on top of that, they were able to zoom in, edit the lighting, and fucking see the hangar doors that he said were basically like a dust sprayed color, like a mount, like they were completely in line with the mountain's curvature, and then sprayed with a color that completely matched the mountain's like texture. So like it was almost impossible to see from aerial pictures, but because they got Google Images basically to distort the color to try and hide what they had there, it ended up working to these researchers' benefit, and they were able to distort the image a little bit more to reveal the fucking these doors, these hangar doors that Bob Lazar had been talking about, along with everything else since the 1989, along with the very last one being slightly bigger than every other one. And you can literally see it in the picture, these fucking 9 hangars and one hangar being slightly bigger. It's like, oh my god. You know, I believed it anyway. So it's like,
Yeah.
Anybody that doesn't believe it and sees everything that I've seen, if you don't believe it, you're an idiot. You know, my parents would have been kind of, not that they would have been against aliens, but like they wouldn't have been interested or wouldn't have had any opinions on it. But I watched that S4 documentary. I ended up watching the whole thing again the following day with my father. I was like, oh come on, watch a few minutes of this before a man comes in to sit down and we watch a movie.
Yeah.
I threw it on, my mother came down in and sat down, and I was like, don't turn this off.
And she said don't turn it on?
She sat down and watched the entire fucking video.
Yeah.
Point to bag.
Of course she did.
I'm gonna send it to you because it's...
Yeah.
There we go. Oh, you bitch. Yeah, I know. 100% there's aliens around. 100%, in my opinion. The American government is hiding it, along with probably other governments.
Yeah.
What I think is the problem is that aliens don't want us to be at war with each other. And that's, if you ask me, that's my last beating hope, by the way. And it's not just a hope, I actually am almost convinced that if war broke out, actually, like if nukes started dropping across the world, that they would intervene to stop it. From all of what I have taken in from information and from all that I've seen, even though Japan got nuked, and that's one thing, and you can say, oh, but they allowed that. Japan being nuked wasn't all of Japan being nuked. They dropped the most basic of atomic bombs. you know, and the country is still being built around where they were dropped. So it's not as bad, but the bombs that they have now, if they go off, the world is done. I'm not convinced that they're gonna allow that. Did you ever hear of Jesse Michaels?
Who is that?
Jesse Michaels.
Mm-mm.
Well, if you like your alien stuff, he's a really good guy to watch.
You believe that there was a nuclear war already in India?
Do I?
Mm-hmm. They have nuclear craters that's there.
I know what you're talking about, where they're finding this nuclear glass.
Mm-hmm. Yep.
Yeah, and they're finding like Earth that has been affected by fusion.
Yeah.
Not even war, but by nuclear fusion, which can only happen by, as far as we're concerned, by external forces, if you know what I mean. Like, you're not just gonna have a natural fusion nuclear reaction ever. It doesn't happen. But a fusion reaction, they're finding all these like 10,000-year-old remnants of fusion reactions happening that just aren't making sense, because they shouldn't happen naturally. I don't know if there was a past civilization. I don't. If I had to guess personally, I wouldn't say it was fusion. I wouldn't say it was nuclear fusion that ended the world. And if it was accidental. But what I think was there was fusion reactions happening due to other causes and effects that humans were doing. I do believe there was a civilization post 10,000 years ago, like as big as us in a different way, if not bigger.
Like, I think that it was going on back then, but people were
the pyramids weren't for the pharaohs.
Right, I think that people were prone to the radiation and the nitrogen and levels of oxygen that there were back then.
No, they absolutely could have been, especially if it was 10 or 15,000 years ago, when people adapted to that.
That was just something normal.
But like, there would have been minimal difference in atmospheric, in terms of like 10,000 years ago.
You said what?
Like when the dinosaurs around, there was way more carbon dioxide than oxygen.
Nitrogen. There's a lot of that. That's where things were bigger.
But like 1,000 years ago, I don't think it was that case. I think.
Same thing with the Nephilim or the Nephilim.
I think, yes.
So they were bigger.
I think 10,000 years ago. I think 10,000 years ago, people visited Earth in the same way that they're visiting now, and they were guiding civilization towards something better. And now there's a lot of evidence, and there's a lot of archaeologists that are claiming that there was the younger, like what's called the Younger Dryas impact, 13,000 years ago. They reckon an impact, or an asteroid, or hit Earth, a big one, and wiped out most of civilization and created an ice age. And after that, our civilization was formed, and we grew from there. But previous to that, there was another civilization, or maybe two or more, you know, that got wiped out previous to us, and maybe we're the next in line to get wiped.
There was there's been speculation that the whole like Earth getting hit and like reforming like a moon or anything like that is like it will take way too fucking long. It doesn't make sense.
There's guys that have shot like, so it's like the equivalent of, imagine you shot a bullet at a bell that was buried underground.
At a what?
At a bell that was buried underground, that, you know, it still had its open space under it, but they were trying to find what was on it. So basically they have shot these things at the moon to basically get the reverberatory sounds that reverb off the moon, and it's really fucking them up because they've been shooting these noises at the moon, and the moon is reverbing the sounds as if it's hollow inside.
Like it's a hologram?
Not like it's a hologram,
Well,
like
that's
the
the
moon
speculation.
is hollow.
Yeah, because a hologram is hollow too. It's a light.
No, a hologram is a light that creates a shape that isn't
But you
there.
get what I'm saying, though.
I do get what you mean, yeah. I do get what you mean, but it's not. It's hollow.
That's the speculation behind the moon is that
they're banging stuff off it, and these sounds are reverbing off it that shouldn't be, as if it was hollow on the inside. And now, have you seen the unclassified videos from Apollo 3 or 4 or something like that, where they were on the moon, and actually they're seeing these 3 lights in the distance across the atmosphere?
Nope.
Yeah.
Go ahead, send that to me too.
Like
there's a guy out here
our moon only faces us the way that it faces us right now. You know when they say like the dark side of the moon? It exists because our moon doesn't spin in the same way that the Earth does. The face that faces us constantly faces us. It shifts slightly up and it shifts slightly down, but the general face stays the same. And oh man, it's fucking crazy. It's fucking crazy. There's aliens on this Earth, and the government is trying to hide it. They've been trying to hide it for the last the last guts of 100 years.
I think Men in Black is like really showing us a lot.
Yeah, they have. Steven Spielberg was part of. Oh man. So, wait till you hear this, right? So, I was listening to this Jesse Michaels guy, and I've heard this before. So supposedly, Steven Spielberg, the same guy that created Close Encounters of the Third Kind, the new movie that came out there recently, Full Disclosure. He directed E.T. He directed, what was that movie that you were just talking about a second ago?
Men in Black.
Men in Black. He directed Men in Black. So now, in the last probably 10 years or less, people have been coming out and claiming that Steven Spielberg may have had more of an understanding on the realism of alien disclosure than previously thought, and that a lot of his movies, Encounters of the Third Kind and his recent movie, along with Men in Black, have a lot of truth to them. There's been directors now, only recently, that has come out and said that he was asked by undisclosed gentleman, basically, in a weird situation, that he would be able to guide him with information got to do with his movie.
Damn.
And this is well known throughout the movie industry. And So supposedly this guy, I can't remember what his name was, but he made another movie that is supposedly very similar to what real disclosure looks like. And previous to the movie, he was approached by a gentleman and was, like Steven Spielberg, was told that we can guide you in the right direction and we can give you information that you don't have. And he refused it at the time. He said no. He thought there was something up about it, you know. So he had said no, but then obviously years later, like, it had come back, and it was basically the guys that had came to him were the same guys that came to Steven Spielberg, but Steven Spielberg accepted the offer, where he didn't. And this guy is like talking about the guys that spoke to him, and talking about the previous, you know, allies that he had that had explained to him that he was being given information, you know. I don't know, bro. It's just fucking crazy. Like, the more you look into it, the crazier it gets.
Oh yeah.
The crazier it fucking gets. And it does. They're just trying to hide it on us, bro.
You just what?
They've been just trying to hide it on us.
Yeah.
And now I don't think they can hide it any longer. And I think if they keep hiding it, they know that they're gonna have less belief in them. And see, how fucking religious has America gotten in the last 2 to 3 months? 2 months? How much have you seen it getting grown in terms of Catholic religion or Christian religion?
I don't know.
Because we're seeing it a lot.
It's a lot, but more like a lot of things are coming down to like Christianity versus Middle Eastern religions. Right about now, but without even saying it, basically. And that's like, you know, Iran, Islamic, Israeli states.
The whole world is against Israel, or is against Islamic, is against Muslims.
So that's kind of what I observe here. But more so in the sense of Israel and a lot of people, and figuring out if their rights or constitution actually means something, etc. Military being taken control overnight. That's what's going on right now.
I'll tell you what's happening right now. America is crashing.
Yeah.
Hard. And there's lots of people that are of the belief that America, the empire of America, is about to crash. And you know the whole thing is, oh, China can't be the superpower and Russia can't be the superpower and yeah. Yeah, like that's actually about to be a thing now. Russia, China, all the other superpowers are well aware that America can't be crushed from the outside, but it needs to be crushed from the inside. And that's what it seems to be going towards. And it's hard to argue with the people that are saying that that's what it is going towards, because it fucking is. Like, you can see it. It's like it's right feet left. And if you're in between, you better pick a side. You know? There's the people like me and you that have a bit more cop on to understand that this isn't our fight. And that it's none of our fight. That this is purely based off countries trying to take more power, and it's not got to do with you being wealthier. It's got to do with them wanting more money and claiming their interest off these huge deals.
What you preaching, boy?
Yeah, your government is fucked. Ye had probably the safest form of government in the sense of free speech. Like, we don't have free speech at all. I got bet a few weeks ago, and I was trying to ask the guards, like, I wanted more information. Like, I want to understand why I was the one that was getting argued here. And look, probably I was even at that, even now I'm still thinking I was looking bad because I was busted up. It's like, but it's so retarded. It's like, if somebody says that there's not a problem, they'll just drive off. The guards are afraid to walk into the dangerous spots in Ireland because, you know, they can't, in their opinions, they can't do anything. You know, and then the mainstream government is taxing the working class to pay for all these fucking immigrants and retards that don't want to work.
Wait, so what, you got into a fight or something?
Yeah, I got my lip busted up.
For what?
Nothing in particular. There was some retard. I was going back to my hostel, basically, and 50 meters or so from the hostel there was a bunch of guys sitting outside, so I fucking stopped and started chatting to them, having the crack, and started chatting to them, having the crack, and then somebody was going mad, so alright, I'm out here, and I left. And then I was walking up, and I was right outside the hostel, and I started talking to a bunch of other guys. And I was like, oh yeah, those fucking cunts over there. All I was doing was trying to have a conversation, and whatever, they were all trying to fucking scrap and have a fight with me. Well, 5 minutes later, those other guys walked down straight towards us, and the guys that I had been chatting to were friends with your man. I was completely on my own, like, there was no fucking need for it whatsoever. In the end, some fucking autistic retard just started throwing slaps over everybody's shoulders, and then I was fighting fucking 5 lads. Eventually, it all calmed down, the guards turned up. The police turned up, basically, and
took you in?
no, the police turned up, and the police turned up, and I said, look, there was nothing wrong, everything's fine, because I didn't want them to get in trouble, you know, they were young, like, so fuck that. Like, you don't want a young lad getting arrested, and if you get arrested in Ireland, your chances of getting to Australia are cut to 0. You just
Wow.
cannot get in anymore. So like, me knowing that, like, if I got arrested, I can never go where I want to go. So I didn't want anybody else getting in trouble. So anyways, in the
So
long
it
and the
must
short,
be
I was like,
difficult
in the
to get
long
arrested.
and the short of it, I was like, look, nothing happened. I'm absolutely profusely bleeding everywhere. I was like, nothing happened. It's all good. And
Oh,
3
shit.
guards are pinning me up against the wall, and they let the other 6 or 7 lads go, and all drove off in the car. They went, alright, off you go, and then 3 of them all surround me, and they're like, what happened, what did you do? I was like, blaming me. I was like, are you actually serious? I was like, I'm like, look at me. You let
Wow.
those other guys go. Did you see any scratches on that? Look at me.
Wow.
It's like, I was being nice. I didn't want them to get in trouble. And then it was, you're going to get arrested if you don't leave this situation right now. Because I was pissed that they literally were attacking me for the situation. I was like,
Wow.
I wouldn't have minded. Like, if they just were like, look, shit happens, go to bed. But it wasn't. It was, you're going to get arrested if you don't leave right now. I was like, I'm never getting fucking bet by 7 lads. It's like, I was trying to be the better person. And you're telling me I'm going to get arrested. You know, it's hard to understand where the better person comes in this situation. Do you know what I mean? So I could have I could have thrown haymakers left, right and centre and left lads split against the curb, and I would have been arrested.
Right.
But in this instance, I could have been arrested for walking away if I didn't keep my mouth shut.
Did they think you were drunk?
I was drunk,
Oh.
along with the rest of the guys. But I was on my own, and there was 7 guys in the other group.
And
So,
they were
like,
taking the 7 guys' word.
what guy on their own starts on 7 guys?
A
Do you know what I mean,
a drunkard. You know, somebody who's like always
yeah,
drunk.
a drunk guy will try to compete with 7 guys, and that's what I was trying to do. But as soon as the guys turned up, I fucking pulled straight back and was like, nothing happened, it's all good. My lip was absolutely busted, and I'm looking at the guy straight in the face saying, nothing happened, it's all good. These guys are fine. And they literally went, alright lads, looked at them, off you go. And then pinned me into the corner. I was like, oh my fucking god. It's just, it's a cruel world we live in. You have a lot of benefits in the sense of free speech and stuff like that, but I think that fucks you over too, because you would have more cop on that if some aggro cop pulled you over on the side of the road and had his hand on his gun, you're going to go, oh yeah, here's my ID, and here's my insurance, here's my tax, and thank you, goodbye. But there's so many fucking retards in America that just wouldn't do that, and would argue that he's not asking for one thing before the other, and then they get shot.
Yeah.
You know?
Yeah. Not to say that even being shot is right, but you're already dealing with somebody who's like basically half-witted.
You're dealing with somebody, like, and you have to look from the police perspective as well. You're talking about a guy that may possibly in the last week to month has seen multiple shootings, multiple fucking people getting attacked under false circumstances,
or somebody he worked with has somebody draw on them, so they're telling a story.
Exactly. Like,
and now this motherfucker's going to work ready.
It's scenarios after scenarios.
You know, that's why
and then you're
them,
talking about
they have this problem with drugs.
Like this with me, and it's like, I did nothing wrong, and I was getting arrested.
And then they do it to you.
And then you have these guys, you know,
ready.
Black guys in bad environments and all sorts of shit, and they're just being... There's lots of them that aren't doing anything to benefit themselves and blaming the government for it. And that's their fault. But there's people then that aren't doing anything and just listening to them and believing them and responding off that. And then there's people that have more cop on, that are fucking trying to tell you what is actually happening, and then you end up in this situation where everybody's just screaming at two people that are in a actual situation.
Multiple perspectives.
It's multiple perspectives. But the long and short is, it's fucking just stay the fuck away from trouble if you want to not get shot.
Yeah.
Because you can say police should be better, but if they're not going to be better, it's your fault that you fucking stood in the way of them when they were fucking being cunts. Do you know what I mean?
The thing is like, yeah, and they are...
You have more cop on than that.
People aren't like, people that are getting hired as cops are just like me and you, bro.
They're worse than me and you, bro. They're worse than me and you, bro. They're the people that don't have any idea what they're doing in life.
Nope.
And they go,
I'm
gonna be a guard. I'm gonna be a guard. A guard is a cop in Ireland. Like, it's the most fucking stupid role going. And they get convinced. People will convince them to take that role because it's a.
Better off just going to the military.
It's got a retirement plan, and you've got long-term money coming in. It's like long-term of shy coming in. Like, get over yourself. Like, if you want to actually be happy, tell your kid to do something better.
Know that it's fucking about the money. It's not about fucking doing better or making the community better.
My parents aren't extremely well off, but they're about as well off as the average person in our town.
Okay, yeah.
And they're not geniuses either. They just have more cop on to know that anybody that's telling you that they're going to pay you money, you're not going to get as much. You know, it just.
Nope.
Like, this whole retirement plan, everybody in work has been telling me, oh, get a job, give a good retirement. Oh, if you're getting €300 or €400 a week off retirement, which is, nobody will tell you that, but that's what you're getting. It's like, oh, you're going to be laughing. Fuck €300 or €400 a week. Fuck you and everything that you have to think about, everything in life. You are nowhere where I want to be, and nowhere where I'm going to be. Fuck you, I want more.
Money.
Do you know what I mean? And money. Once upon a time I thought money was a bad way to be looking at life. Money is, if you aren't striving for money, you're wrong. You're wrong. And if you're striving for a comfortable living that pays you comfortably throughout your whole life, you're a fucking idiot. You're a fucking idiot. I'm watching my own parents' house, like, that was worth €1 million 3 years old, is now worth 600. You know, it's fucking retarded. They're building houses left, right, and centre in my town that are genuinely shoeboxes.
Yep.
It's like the most criminal form of. They're building houses to fit the standards of homes that they have to fit a standard, but they're building them to the shittest quality of standard possible. But like, they're calling it standard quality, but then building them to half the size or half the standard of what they were. So they're they're heat proof and they're cold proof and they're this, that, and the other. You can turn the heat on the whole thing. Yeah, you're living in a shoebox that costs twice the fucking price of a fucking nice house, you know? It's crazy. It's crazy. And more people are falling in line with the agenda of, you know, probably less people are falling in line with the agenda of...
No, it's inevitable. Because we need those worker people, you know.
We need workers. We need workers. And we need the people that can't think farther than what we tell them to think, and will happily take the jobs that we tell them are worth taking.
Yep.
But I don't want that for my friends, and I don't want that for my the people I love. I'm happy for those retards take all those jobs.
Yep.
But the more retards that there are to take those jobs, the more opportunities that arise for the likes of me and you and everybody else to claim wealth.
Yeah.
Wealth. And it's you have it in you.